Hello, I'm King Arthur. I am here at E3 2015. Today I interviewed the directors of Cuphead, an awesome game with beautiful animation. Really excited about it. I hope you enjoy the interview. I'm King Arthur. I'm here with Chad Moldenhauer with MDHR. He's the art director for Cuphead. So could you please just give us a brief overview of Cuphead?
Cuphead is a love letter to the 1930s cartoon era and at the same time the classic gaming era in the late 80s. My brother and I both grew up playing those kind of games and watching these kind of cartoons, and that's why we brought this together.
Cool. Well, I just gotta say, I love the art direction, and I loved those old school Disney cartoons, and you captured it perfectly. What are some of your biggest influences as far as the art direction? Oh, please, step right in.
Ta-da!
Here's Jared.
Hello.
And you are the gameplay designer, right?
Yes. Cool. Absolutely.
And I was just asking Chad here, what are some of your guys' biggest influences, first for art direction, then gameplay?
Biggest influences are any of the old Fleischer cartoons from the late 20s to early 30s. Betty Boop, Popeye, and all of the other great stuff they did.
Gameplay kind of goes across the board. It's got a lot of Gunstar heroes, like the Treasure-esque game feel where you always add like one more nuance to something, as well as even something as simple as being inspired from Street Fighter 3 to include a parry, essentially, into our game.
Cool. I mean, it looks to be a challenging game. What would you compare it to as far as difficulty is concerned?
It's as difficult as any of the late 80s NES era games, but because there's modern ideas in our game with infinite lives, level progression, and saving, we're actually going to increase the difficulty to be harder on some stages.
Gotcha. So it's like masochistic, right?
Masochistic, but very fair.
At the same time, I just want to throw out there for people who are like, then it's not for kids or it's not for average people. It's for anybody who has the desire to play it, because as a child, I beat all the classics. I do not see why children these days are any different. Give them a controller and they'll do it.
You know, I swear I was always better at video games when I was younger. I don't know about you.
You had more time to play. Yeah.
Exactly. I do want to ask about maybe some of the technical challenges of doing this style of animation. I mean, how did that work out for you guys?
There's no technical challenges. There's just a ton of work. So we haven't had any setbacks with getting it up and running on PC or Xbox One. It's just more of page after page of hand-drawn animation.
Cool. So you hand-draw everything?
Yeah, everything is completely done. It's something that is in a cabinet. So all the backgrounds are a watercolor painting. All the other things you see in there, like you can see a tower spinning, is a 3-foot styrofoam carved tower, hand-painted, 180 degrees of photography, put in to look like a 3D model spinning in the game. Everything is a piece of art.
That's fantastic. Like, really, I love this. I'm a huge fan of animation. Is there anything else you want to talk about in regards to this game that you want people to know about that we haven't covered?
The game is about 70% boss fights and 30% classic run and gun style platforming levels and other mini challenges, which isn't shown here today, so that would be good to get across. And my brother and I aren't fighting, so that's another point that we
put aside our differences.
Yes.
Good. How grown up of you.
No, we put aside our differences until after the show.
I still have a problem. It stemmed from when we were kids. He would make me be the guy who had to pause the Sega Master System, but you had to be quick when he wanted the game paused. On occasion, I would accidentally hit reset because they're right by each other, and he would beat me some fierce.
This is a true story.
So that like scarred me physically and mentally, but with therapy we've kind of got back together. Like, look at this.
Brotherly love now.
That's great. So Chad, are you older?
Yes, I'm 1 year older.
And that's why he's Cuphead and I'm Mugman.
Yeah, second player.
I had 3 younger brothers, so I kind of know how that works. So what platforms and general release date info?
It's console exclusive on Xbox One, and it will also be launching on PC and Mac in early 2016, but the official stance is when it's done.
Anything else?
True.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much for the interview. We're so excited for this game.
Well, that's the story.
I think I'll stick around for a while.